Good evening and thank you for joining us. We begin tonight with confidence from the city treasurer that the tax levy hikes over the next few years will be easier on city residents and businesses. Current projections for 2025 estimate a hike between 4 and 5% before growth.
Obviously, we're going to go back to the office and sharpen our pencils and see how low we can go. But there is a reality that there is a certain level of support in internal infrastructure at the city that needs to be maintained in order to make sure that we can still be accountable and responsible for those tax dollars.
The treasurer's projections come after council's approval of the 2024 budget earlier this week. That $537 million spending plan came with a tax hike of 5.91% before growth and 5.47% after. Greaves talks about one of the reasons he's confident the next few years will see lower hikes.
The expected inflation over the 24 year, those inflationary estimates are expected to be somewhat reduced in 2025 and 2026. However, as we know, inflation may be slowing, it's not going away. So there will be some significant increase in the cost of the goods and services that we need to deliver services in the city.
City projections have the tax levy hike at 4.8% for lower taxes for the next 5 years. And we'll now turn to the announcement of an incredible discovery at the bottom of Lake Superior. The Arlington was a bulk carrier ship that went down during a storm 84 years ago, with its wreckage found 600 feet underwater. The remains of a World War II-era ship have been found in Lake Superior. The 244-foot bulk carrier, the Arlington, was carrying wheat from Port Arthur to Collingwood when it sank 84 years ago during a violent storm. The announcement of the discovery was made by the Great Lakes Shipwreck Historical Society and shipwreck researcher Dan Fountain. Fountain was the one who spotted the anomaly while studying remote sensing data in the search for shipwrecks.
From the Great Lakes Shipwreck Historical Society, them putting up the boat, the sonar, the volunteer crew, and the long haul that they had to get the boat over to the search area. So it was a lot of effort by a lot of people. So finding it, while it was exciting, it was also a relief to say, we didn't do this in vain.
The ship was discovered using a remotely operated underwater vehicle that identified the vessel. The morning of the wreck, the Arlington encountered heavy fog and severe weather. That led to the first mate ordering the vessel to hug the shore, but Captain Frederick Burke put it back on course in the open lake. The vessel then began to sink, with Captain Burke going down with the ship. The rest of the crew abandoned ship, which was thankfully being escorted by a larger vessel, the Collingwood, where they evacuated to.
If the Collingwood hadn't been accompanying them, it could have been a true disaster where these are small lifeboats. They're the best they had at the time, but being out in those seas that far from shore in a lifeboat would have been, and at that time of the year, it was May 1st.
Fountain hopes this is the last chapter in the story of the Arlington and that it brings closure to the family of Captain Burke. The Laborers International Union is known for providing training programs for people looking to get into the trades. They recently made their changes to their concrete mix for trainees to better manage the cost and reduce their carbon footprint. Nev Van Pelt reports.
Instead of using concrete and jackhammering it up to dispose of on their site, officials with LiUNA Local 607 have now come up with a mixture of natural soil, sand, and stone that they can recycle and get much more use out of. Director of Training Andy Niewinglowski explains how the new mix of products allows them to extend their workability and practical training time.
It takes about 3 weeks for it to dry up. So in the meantime, we've taken that 3 hours and increased our training time into 120 hours. And we're doing it over and over and over again. And it's going to be a lot better for the trainee. When they go to the job site, they'll be able to participate right off the bat. They'll know what's going on.
With the new product reducing their carbon footprint and now using all battery-powered equipment, they are able to work inside the training center as opposed to outside where they are weather dependent. It's an 8-week program and the apprentices have enjoyed working with the new mixture.
A lot of the students wouldn't normally get to use this product or to get as much practice as we do now. Right now with this product we can pour it, we can manipulate it. It's all plastic, and then when we're done that, we could redo it again. So we get to learn all the aspects, including the hard labor of doing it.
The renewed approach to training also helps give the students future opportunities in the industry.
Employers are asking us, what are you bringing? We want to bring on apprentices, but we're a little bit iffy that they don't have a lot of experience. We're going to be taking that into another realm for them there. We'll be able to bring you an apprentice that will be able to participate right off the bat. They'll hit the ground running.
The product is also cost-effective because it's a one-time purchase. Once the material dries, they just smash it up, add some water and mix it, and then they're set to do it all over again. This also means the training can go 365 days a year and will always be ready to work. Nev Van Pelt, TBT News.
Now turning to some fun family activities this weekend, including the final day of the annual Voyager Winter Carnival. It packed Fort William Historical Park, with visitors wanting to enjoy all the activities over the event. Jessica Clement has the story.
Crowds poured into the Fort William Historical Park on Sunday for the final day of the Voyager Winter Carnival. And despite it being a little bit colder than Saturday, families were still delighted to be outside and spending time with their loved ones.
Well, I came here because I want to get my dog used to this place, and I like all the old buildings.
It happens every year, and it's a good day out for the kids, right? So basically, all our kids are around the same age, so we thought it'd be a nice time to come out and enjoy.
Along with the typical attraction seen on Saturday, Sunday also offered a new activity, giving visitors a chance to meet a dog sledding team and take a short ride. Communications Officer Emily Carr says the biggest draw for this year was the maple taffy at the Sugar Shack. But she notes every guest had their own favorite thing to do.
I just heard a kid yell out how excited they were to smell the fires we've got going as they came down the nature trail. They were so excited about that. Obviously, farm animals are always a huge draw any time of year. I'm really excited for the dog sleds today, actually. I'm so excited I can't even talk. Just like everything. People just love to come out and have fun in the winter.
Carr says they're thrilled with this year's turnout, with Sunday morning's numbers meeting Saturday's total numbers within the first hour. She adds that with everything else going on in the city over this weekend, it was nice seeing everyone come out to spend time at the fort.
We're just really pleased to see the community come out, get together on this Family Day weekend. I know there's lots of activities going on across the city, including the Ontario Winter Games. So we're really very happy to see people come out, still find time to spend time with us, and we can spend time with them, and looking forward to future events with everyone in the community.
Jessica Clement, TBT News.
And there was more family fun today at Marina Park, which was lit up and buzzing with activity as the city hosted its snow day on the Waterfront event. Due to the mild temperatures, the popular snow sculpture competition was canceled, but organizers provided residents with a flurry of other activities over the long weekend. A temporary art installation was available for public viewing called Exposure, which allowed visitors to use light sources like cell phone cameras or glow sticks to draw pictures. Visitors were also able to enjoy a pixel light wall, a candlelit snowshoe trail, and warming fires around the marina. City Events Supervisor Luisa Costanzo says this year they wanted to make the waterfront glow.
It's always been kind of a dream to light up this area. I think it'd be really majestic, especially in the wintertime, to get people out in the light, sit by a warm fire. It's nice to see it kind of all come together and see people out enjoying themselves in the wintertime, where maybe they might not come out at this time, but it's nice to see the skating rink is busy and just seeing people out. It's great.
Snow Day activities will continue tomorrow from 4 to 10 p.m. Another Thunder Bay family has made it onto a popular game show. The Dampiers were in Toronto in October for a taping of Family Feud Canada, and their episode, it airs tomorrow night. The family first applied to be on the show last year and got the much-anticipated phone call to come down for the competition. However, because of their differing work schedules, they just weren't able to make it. But then they got another invitation last spring, and the family jumped at the chance to make sure it happened. Lisa Dampier says it was a dream come true.
Oh, it was so much fun. I've watched game shows my whole life, and it was kind of like a goal that I had that someday I'd get on. So we don't get to do a lot of things together as a family with all of our schedules now. So having that opportunity together to go and have some fun was just fantastic.
Tell me who all went. Who's your family?
So my husband, Joe, both of our kids who are adults, Alex and Katie, and then our fifth was our goddaughter, Alexa.
Oh, it was so much fun. We were so excited leading up to it. Lots for the family trip part of it, but to be on a game show that we grew up watching, it was super exciting.
Do you think your family is made for this kind of thing?
Absolutely, they are. Whenever we told people that we were going on, they were like, of course, it's you guys that are going on TV.
Because of the show's confidentiality rules, we can't tell you how they did just yet. So you'll have to tune into the CBC show, airing at 7:30 tomorrow night. And we're now joined by sports anchor Josh Morano. Josh, one thing I was tuned into today was, of course, the Scotties Tournament of Hearts with Kristen McCarville on the rink again.
I think everybody in Northern Ontario was tuned in
No
to
doubt.
see how their girl was going to do, and we'll get to it right after the break.